Canelo Alvarez. Triple G. We're sending a 10 players holla out to Mr. Nice Shoes, Wishy Lock. Or is it Loke? Will Lazenbury Rene Garcia and Tez on his one. It's a damn good matchup. That Oscar didn't want. So would we've gotten this fight? Well, if you know our history with this topic, then you know what it is. Case of the 6-shooter versus the shotgun. And Twisted's the last way you should be thinking. Because Canelo's damn good with his guns. Certainly faster than Triple. Canelo's got some damn nice hands. And knows how to use them. As far as the middleweight division goes, he can certainly kill a motherfucker with them. So long's he places the right shot in the right place at the right range. Shit. You can even do that with a fucking 22 if you know what you doing. We ain't tellin' where though. Last thing we need's motherfuckers are start killing people with their little gat because they watched this video. And you wanna know what Triple thinks of Canelo's 6-shooter? Let us show ya. We'll see if he's underestimating them. Now, a lot of people got Canelo winning this one. Cool. The only thing that puzzles 10 players is their reasons why. Like Canelo's great resume and how much better his competition was than Triple's. Some feel a fighter's only good's their last match. Others wanna peep their last 3. But if you really wanna see how the roller coaster ride's going, it's about their last 6. But before we get to that, you know what's really sad about predicting fights these days? Especially when this guy's involved. You can't simply predict the fight based on what the two fighters'll do in a ring. And that's what a fight should be about. The focus should be on skills. Not where the fight's gonna be held along with who the fuck the ref and judges will be. This kinda corruption's always been in boxing, but it's getting ridiculous of recent. You gotta wonder what behind the scenes deals being made and all kinda stupid crap. Like really? No joke. We actually calculated what Triple throwing this fight would be worth and how much he'd be willing to take. Like, is it worth 10 million to him? How about 20 million? How about 30? Would Oscar be willing to pay it? For those this sounds silly to, it ain't. Canelo has the potential to generate a few $100 million easily so long's his career goes right. Even $1 billion if some situation like these guys arises. Would you pay 30 million to make 300? Or more? We're not saying that's going down. We're simply saying it's sad we had to seriously consider this shit to predict a fucking fight. Rather than simply focus on the fighter's skills. Nevertheless, let's assume this is gonna be a legit fight. Which ain't easy. Not only are fights never more than 15 rounds, but a motherfucker can't even hit the damn canvas these days. Only God knows when the ref will jump in and stop a fight. You can't even get rocked and come the fuck back to win anymore. But let's assume no foul shit happens. And no secret deals are in the works. And look at these motherfuckers' last 6 opponents. We've got Laura Kirkland, Cotto, Conn Smith and Chavez for Canelo. For Triple it's Murray, Monroe, Lemieux, Wade, Brook and Jacobs. Which of these two have fought the fights that's a better preparation for this match? Canelo hasn't been fighting any true middleweights outside of Chavez, and that Chavez fight was a fucking joke. Triple on the other hand has. Canelo's been a third grader picking on kindergartners. The big kid always trying to get a fight with the smaller kids. He's finally stepping up.
Mommy, wow! I'm a big kid now.
Maybe he'll fight a light heavy next. You know. The division he actually belongs in. Yo. Don't get mad, Canelo fans. We ain't hatin'. That shit's more Oscar than Canelo. Canelo's no doubt a fighter with pride when he's questioned. It's always Oscar trying to keep the man away from the school kids he should really be fighting. Canelo was always down to fight anyone. So long's you came to his division. You know. His own personal one he invented. And Triple hasn't faced any hagglers. Yet his opposition in his last 6 fights haven't been total bums. Wade no doubt was a bum fight. But Murray wasn't bad. Willie was no power punching whiz but still decent preparation for a more slick style, and Lemieux damn sure got power. Not to mention Brook had skills. He was certainly giving Spence the business first half of the fight. And Spence is ranked one of the pound for pound best by some of y'all who consider Triple a bum. And even though we feel Spence woulda won that fight anyway. Triple helped Spence by breaking Brooks' face the previous fight. One leg's that much easier to break once the other's already been broken. This side of the tree's all that easier to crack once you've destroyed this one. Then there's the issue of the Jacobs fight. Lot of fans looking at that fight claiming Canelo's gonna be a problem because Triple had a competitive fight with Jacobs. We're just wondering. What makes motherfuckers think Jacobs is fucking trash? They talk like he had a problem with Jacobs, like Canelo woulda just walked through Jacobs in 3 rounds easily. Jacobs ain't no joke. He's a fucking knockout artist. The man only lost 2 fights and stopped 29 out of his 32 wins, and one of those losses are debatable. He put Quillin out of his misery in 1 fucking round. Not to mention that fight being a challenge only helps Triple in our view. Triple's had the better preparation for a fight like this. Because Canelo no doubt's got better hands. But when you combine Triple's last 6, he's had the better preparation for a fight of this nature. Not to mention Canelo's Lara and Cotto fights are debatable. Some can even argue Canelo's actually lost 4 fights. Many feel he didn't beat Trout, Lara nor Cotto. And everyone knows he lost to Mayweather. Well, everyone except CJ Ross. But we called Triple a very good fighter. With a dash of hype. Canelo could arguably be the light middleweight version of the same thing. There's also been talk of Triple looking out of shape. We pay attention to the fighter's shape too. Along with the fighter's mind. Like if it was Brandon Rios we'd be a little more concerned. Not so much with Triple. If you're a serious fighter that's really been training your entire life. And we mean serious, not some slacker. Especially if you know how and what to eat. Your body gets used to that shit. Like we've seen guys who can look like crap and within 72 hours be ripped. Trouble does it all the time. And when you're building towards a fight you want momentum. You don't want to be too ready for the big fight too well ahead of time. A lull period can come if you are and simply gotta wait for the big day. Which can fuck up your pace and momentum. So we wouldn't be too concerned with Triple not looking like Superman in their public workout. We'll only know if it really matters fight day. But what's this really about? Is it really about predicting a fight? Or predicting whether Triple can stop Canelo? Because that's what he's gotta do to win this fight. Or give him an extreme beating and put Canelo on the canvas more than once. At least thrice if he ain't gonna stop him and wanna play it safe. Because the judges are in the joint to score the good shit Canelo does. Not Triple. Yet Canelo's never faced the big punchers Triple has. Angulo and Kirkland's probably the biggest. And keep in mind. Triple claims it's the fight he's been waiting for. And you can betcha bottom dollar Oscar sure the fuck wouldn't be taking this fight if he had a choice. He hasn't had the big Kool-Aid smile he usually has when Canelo's face to face with an opponent. Fortunately it ain't all up to Oscar. At some point he's gotta do what Canelo wants if he wants him to stay with him. Respect to Canelo for actually taking this fight. But for Triple it's the fight he wanted. For Canelo it's simply the fight he's willing to take more so than the fight he wanted. But Canelo tires. We've seen the guy muster in fights. Lots of people are impressed with his flashy combination punch throwing workout. As though Canelo's gonna be doing that shit non-stop for 12 fucking rounds. Well he ain't. We've also seen Canelo do well preserving energy in recent fights. It's competition that makes Canelo tire. Same with Triple. If he don't take Triple out early he's gotta stay on the move. Have the perfect off and defensive balance. Stay aware of Triple's power. Deal with Triple cutting off the ring and keep away from the jab. Basically. It's the perfect fight to run out of steam. Canelo needs to focus more in boxing strategy and thinking smart than power and being buff. It's not about that. It's a boxing match, not a bodybuilding contest. We just hope he ain't thinking like a fucking thug. You know. Back in the old days. When the mob was big in the game. Lots of fighters in those days were henchmen collectors. For a second job to get that title fight. Canelo's one of those guys you'd send out to beat motherfuckers up. Break a couple of fingers, hands and ribs. You know what Triple is. He's the guy you send out to beat a motherfucker to death. To send a message to anyone else that don't wanna pay up. So let's get into some ring facts about these guys. Nothing complex. Just simple shit. Because we've heard Canelo's faster. A better combination puncher. And better defensively. We agree with the first two. However, Triple's not trying to be a combination puncher. Triple's goal's to be a wrecking ball. And the proper foot placement's the foundation to it. If you're a martial arts grandmaster you can crack a motherfucker's skull while flying backwards in the air. However, this is boxing. Powers generated through the legs, and the foundation to the legs is all about the positioning of the feet. And triples are damn near always in a position to hit with power. Canelo's ain't. He's superior with head movement, bobbing, weaving and slipping the jab. He also doesn't have the foot placement to strike with force when he's doing it. Meaning he has to reset in more situations than Triple does. And the extra second to get in position to sit down on those punches takes away from the speed advantage of Triple's opponents. This creates a speed equalizer in spite of being faster than the man. Triple's offense and foot placements are part of his defense in the game, giving him superior feet to Canelo. And he's not as slow as people think. That motherfucker's defensive bounce back's pretty fast. And he does it landing offensively prepared with his feet in go position. We've also heard quite a few say Canelo needs to go to the body. The body's key and few go to the body against Triple. We agree. However, easier said than done. Triple's got a ring mind, and the man's not a dumb fighter. He doesn't just put his hands up. He crouches when he does, protecting his face and ribs simultaneously. Keeps that range while using the jab. Many don't get to his body because it ain't easy. So we don't view Canelo as defensively superior. He just has a different style of going about it. So we expect Triple to do more feeling out in the early rounds than Canelo. Canelo's got the faster hands and better head movement. Triple more skilled cutting off the ring with the power edge. Canelo's got power, but that power coming with him up to middleweight's another ball game. Both are smart in the ring. But Triple's style's wiser for a come forward fighter. Canelo's a flash fighter that looks good in the ring. He's got more a Hollywood style. But Triple don't give a flying fuck how he looks, he's just in a ring to do a job. And win or lose, Canelo would be a beast if he adopted some of Triple's ways. So what's Triple gotta do to win this fight? Just be Triple and don't try and impress nobody with some super performance from fighting the biggest name he's faced. And he can stop a tiring Canelo late. Possibly even early. Trying to impress will be a mistake. The irony's the same thing goes for Canelo. Trying to impress fans is a bad idea. He'll look good early with things going badly late. And if he's really stupid. With things going badly early. Canelo's gotta use his head with that speed advantage. We wouldn't suggest an emotional, prideful fight trying to prove something to the world of boxing. Do that shit after those hands are raised, not before. Canelo simply doing the predictable Canelo stuff's not something we'd suggest. Triple's team's expecting that. Like they know what the fuck they're looking at. They've seen Canelo fight before. People act like they looked at Canelo. And have no idea what the fuck they're looking at. Or they're like, yeah, but he ain't gonna do that with me though. Canelo's not Terence Crawford. They know what he's gonna do. So smarts, speed, and certainly not last or least. Combining deception with timing, and Canelo can beat the shit out of Triple. Feints. When Triple puts those hands up expecting that punch that Canelo's not really gonna throw. Actually throw when he drops them to reset. Triple crouches when he puts those hands up, bouncing back and always landing with his feet in offensive position. And that's when Canelo should be moving forward like a football player charging. That's it. Drive forward. The unorthodox is the unexpected that'll confuse Triple. Along with the master key that'll beat Triple. And easily. Which we'll tell when he gives us a paycheck. Since that ain't happening, we ain't tellin'. But we'll give a clue. There's a direction Triple doesn't enjoy moving in. He's useless with no power. And it has nothing to do with going backward or forward. And we've already said too fucking much. So who's gonna win this fight? Both are smart in the ring. Yet we give Triple the mental edge. If Canelo gets hit and hurt with power he's never tasted, he'll crumble mentally. That's possible if you got too much pride. The very thing that'll make you stand's also the very thing that'll make you fall. So it's fuel Canelo's gotta use wisely. So who's gonna win this fight? You know. We've always had Canelo beating Triple. In the year 2020. Yeah. However, this is 2017.